AITA for telling my parents to eat shit when they asked me to not let my stepsister have guys over anymore. I got my own place last year. More recently my stepsister, 24F, moved in with me. It's been great having her here, we get along great. Something we already know, pulls her own weight plus living on your own can be pretty depressing sometimes, so that helps. I don't have any rules here for her since I want her to treat it like her house too. None of that. My house, my rules. Shit a lot of people play, I hate it. Last weekend she had a guy over. Our other sister video called us. We video call every night or two, and heard someone over and must have told our parents after the call because my mom mentioned us having guys over and how that's dangerous last time I saw her. Now my mom, dad and brother are calling and texting pestering me to not allow my stepsister to have guys over. I basically only texted back. Eat shit, is a fucking adult and can have who she wants over her own. 1. NTA? 24. I'm 24. If my parents tried to tell me what to do in my own house, I'd simply laugh. They can cry about it in their own house. 2. Hard not to find it a bit funny they are trying to tell 24-yo what to do. I think they are under the illusion that since this is her house, they still have control over her. 3. They must be. Or the thought process that you are an extension of themselves, and therefore their rules. It's controlling and overbearing and weird. Seems like there's a reason she lives with you. 4. Yep, now waiting on our other sister to move in now lol. They can keep our brother. 5. Betting their narcissists and brother is golden child? 6. Damn, what a bullseye on that one. Yeah, has what they would call their only son. 7. You make your village and let other brother live with your parents until they die. This is so easy. 8. Basically what I intend lol. Just got to wait till other sister can move, then we are set. They can support that fucker on their own. 9. Love that 3 of you have each other. Shame your parents can't see what cool kids they have, and your brother isn't included in that. I don't much like your brother based on your description. 10. The golden child sometimes turns into a spoiled brat that thinks the world revolves around them in so many ways. It's sad to see. 11. I would bet anything that the only reason they'll let her move in with you is they thought they would still have control over her through you. 12. I was thinking the same thing. They thought they could control her through which is the only reason they allowed it. Love that they're getting a rude awakening, but hope it doesn't mean that they try to stop the younger sister from moving out when she's old enough. 13. You seem like a really good brother. 14. How wonderful it is that you have such a wonderful relationship with your sisters and care for them so much. They are blessed to have a brother like you in their corner. It's not often you see positive stories like that in regard to step siblings on this sub. You're a stand-up guy, op. And speaking from experience of growing up with a narcissist father, it's a hard road, but it sounds like you are making the best of it. I wish you and your sisters nothing but the best, with many happy years ahead as your own chosen family unit. 15. Jesus, for the life of me I will never understand how parents can just cast aside their children, especially in favor of another. I'm grateful you still have your sisters. May the 3 of you find peace now that you're starting your own paths. 16. My brother was the favorite, and then he went no contact in the 90s and they were stuck with me. I laugh about it all the time. Because fuck them, they absolutely deserve it. 17. My mom would swear up and down she didn't have a favorite, but she clearly did. She was kind and loving to all of us, but she clearly adored our brother the most, her first child, her only boy. Then my sister, who was the responsible one and literally helped run the household because she's very take charge. Then me, I'm the weird one. Read, the most liberal and opinionated one and the least like my parents in terms of personality life choices. My sister and my dad basically shared a personality, and my brother was pretty much the golden child, But he's a great guy and I harbor no ill will about it. He was popular in school, is charming, successful, etc. Even the times he got in trouble for shenanigans in school, the teachers would still gush to my parents about what a nice kid he was, so he never got in real trouble, and it was true. He was never a mean-spirited or spoiled kid. It's okay. I know she loved me too. She never treated me poorly or openly showed favoritism. I never really felt bad about it, but my parents didn't openly shun me or treat me shitty or do things for them that they didn't do for me. But my sister and I used to sometimes gently tease her about our brother being the favorite, and she would vehemently deny it even though she clearly thought he hung the moon. I get that when you have multiple kids, you have different personalities in the household, and you might unintentionally get along with one better than the others. I don't have kids, but that seems like human nature. But I can't imagine openly showing it or only claiming an only son when you have two sons. WTF? And now these people are trying to use AITA to control their grown daughter-stepdaughter. Absolutely wild. 18. That's truly appalling. I'm so sorry you're treated like that, Op. Glad you're looking out for your remaining siblings though. Your parents should be proud of you. 19. Careful with blaming your other brother for this. Golden children of narcissistic are abuse victims too, just a different flavor of abuse. Usually in the form of gaslighting and being controlled. One of those abuse tactics is alienating them from those around them so they have no one else to count on, forcing them to keep coming back to the narcissistic parents. I can't speak for your family, but I see it all the time. 20. I don't blame him for being the golden child. That's squarely on our parents. But I do dislike my brother because of how he turned out. He used to be sweet before, even if he was the golden child. 12 to 13, then it's like an asshole switch flipped. 21. Wow, even worse. Golden child household, so the lot of you others are getting shit, too. Bravo to you and your sister for getting out into your own place and for intending to do the same with your other sister when she is ready to bounce. Chosen family, IMO, is the way to go. Sometimes that's blood family and friends or friends. No one should simply put up with rotten treatment and default family based on genes or sense of obligation. 22. You. What the fuck? I'm sorry. 23. Yeah, as Dad put it when I said you got to. Well, you don't count. You like girly shit and men. 24. Tell him it's because you grew up without a strong male figure. 25. Or that it's genetic. 26. Yup, that's what they thought. How much you want to bet that's why they let her move in with him? Because they thought there would still be control. Without knowing the background on the relationship with the parents. Eat shit. Sounds a little extreme. But some people don't stop until they are firmly put in their place. 27. She's an adult living independently, in her own place, from her parents. Why would they have any control over her? Bizarre. It's always wild to me when parents of adults still think they have control. It's not even like she's a teenager going off to college and, technically, an adult. 24 is plenty old enough to do what she wants, a full-fledged adult. I bought a house with my then boyfriend, now husband, at 24. My mom was married with her first baby at 24. My parents married at 21, which seems super young to be me these days, but still a fully grown adult. And they think they still have a say? It'd be one thing to caution your adult child to be careful who they bring home for safety reasons, X, if they're bringing home hookups. To say she see Andy have guys over? What? And it doesn't seem like a safety issue even if it was a hookup, since it's not like she's alone with a stranger you're there. NTA? Seems like a double standard of some sort or a control issue. She might not own the house, but it is her house, since it's her place of residence. Doesn't even matter if she's paying rent or whatever. She's in her home, not theirs. I wonder if they assumed that since she moved in with you, they could control her through you. Since you guys are the same age, that seems like a 28. Yeah, I think our parents' safety concern is BS honestly. We have plenty of countermeasures, but they are fully aware of the obvious ones like the fucking 60 kilograms guard dog I have, or that we can scream at any time and the old guy next door will burst through the window with his cricket bat. 29. That made me laugh. You go for it, old guy next door. 30. I pictured him bursting through the door riding your guard dog like a horse, cricket bat in hand. Don't tell me otherwise. 31. Going with NTA over the heart of the matter. Why on earth would they expect you to police the life of a sibling the same age as you? You're both adults, so the only thing I can think of is gender. Which is horribly gross and misogynistic. Given that context, I'm not even mad at the language you used. 32. I don't think it's just because of gender. I'm gay and they tried this shit with me when I first moved out. But I'm sure gender does play a role. 33. NTA? The irony here is that they probably wouldn't care if you had guys edited once you mentioned you are gay, over. But your stepsister of the exact same age is to be protected and shielded from the very same behaviors. It's super archaic thinking, and honestly it's nice that you went up to bat for her. I get that your family sounds close and all, but your siblings need to back off. There is no reason why everyone in the family should stick their nose in your stepsister's love life, especially if they wouldn't do it for other members of the family. I also come from a family where swearing was the key to dialogue, so I get it. It was a perfectly normal response for someone who doesn't want to control their sibling, who again, is the exact same age as you and therefore should theoretically be allowed to do what you do. 34. They did actually try to do it to me too when I first moved, but it stopped after I told them to fuck off and didn't speak to them for 3 months. 35. NTA, they sound overbearing enough. 36. I mean, maybe Tia for the phrasing, but definitely NTA for the sentiment. I'm sure your stepsister appreciates it. 37. Yeah, Diff could have put it more respectfully. Unfortunately, our parents aren't the type to listen if you aren't swearing at them. 38. Would they rather she go to the guys' houses? Because that sounds more dangerous than bringing them to a home where there's also someone else there in case anything did happen. 39. Yep, this is how me and my sister came to the conclusion to bring guys to our place when we are with one. We got one of us here if something goes wrong, my big ass dog, weapons just in case, code word if something feels off, and OFC Steve, the old guy next door who will fuck shit up for us lol. Plus I do also have an older woman who lives across the street. Her cameras face our place so we have video footage if needed. 40. The only thing that I will really add, since I think others covered my thoughts pretty well, is to not blame your younger sister. Sure, it would have been better if she didn't say anything, but she's young and probably thought she was doing the right thing even if it ended up with all this drama. 41. Oh no, I don't blame her at all. She didn't do it to get anyone in trouble. Probably just mentioned it and that was that. The drama is coming from mom, dad and brother. 42. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure she didn't get caught in the drama crossfire. Very glad to hear it.